Hi folks!
Hello!
Today, the continuing story from episode 46, Jake the Watchdog, right here on Cabin Life. So we've got some coffee. We've got a fresh thermos of coffee here, and Maureen made up some dessert. What do we got going tonight?
That's our apple and cinnamon and maple syrup dish with a few extras in it. Got some raisins and some nutmeg. Oh,
nice. We should name the dish. What are we going to name it? We should name it Cabin Life something. Right, because we always seem to have it quite a bit here, and we've done it on Cabin Life before. Folks seem to like the simplicity of the idea of the cooking it over the fire. Oh, we got a nice fire on the go here. Jake is sniffing around. This here on your right is our TV. And we really enjoy watching. This is our cabin television, the fire. Always nice to sit by the fire. And we have a little chit chat. There's 2 or 3 packs of wolves that make a routine of coming around the area. There's also that mama bear with her 2 cubs. But just look behind me, okay, guys? Just keep looking, and if you do see anything,
holler.
Yeah, you holler, okay? All right. Well, I'm thinking maybe we can.
Sorry, I keep looking over there, but I really like the idea of getting a black dog, but it's so hard to.
Where is he?
Yeah, that's it. I keep looking over there.
Oh, there he is.
To make sure he's okay.
He's walking right in front of us, 10 feet away. You can't see him. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. If a black bear came walking around too, you wouldn't see him.
No, I know.
Same thing. Yep.
Because of the mama bear and her cubs and the other wildlife that's in the area right now, we're keeping Jake on a chain so that he stays safe.
Remember when we made our way to that lake, maybe 8 years ago, the first time that we went to it, and I was saying to you, let's go to some place new that we haven't been before. And I said, is there a lake around the furthest place from any highway so we could get some good recordings and without the highway rumble and all that stuff, and no train tracks. And remember I asked you, where would that be? And so you said let's go up to that lake. Anyway, it was a beautiful secluded lake, and it was away from all the noise and hustle and bustle of the highways and trains and all that. And so we ventured up there, and the first time that we went out, I think it was for a day trip, and no, it was a late afternoon. And good boy. What is it? Yeah, okay, hang on. Whoops. What's out there? Something out there? Dig off there. Good boy. What is it? Tell the bear to take off. Rook, Rook, tell him to take off. Tell him to take off. Roof, Roof, tell him. Good boy.
But he's still looking back there. So.
Yeah, okay, well, if he hears anything coming, he'll bark. You tell us, Jake. Good boy. He's getting quite a gruff bark on him there, eh?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. That's a good boy. Yeah, you warned us. That's what you're supposed to do. Good boy. Give him a little treat. Yeah, you let us know if there's something there coming, approaching. We got this bear spray right here, folks, just in case a bear does wander in. But that's good that he had that reaction to give that defensive bark. That was definitely a defensive maneuver on Jake's part, protecting his territory. Now he's lying down. All is well, folks.
All is.
And so, carrying on with the story, a little more coffee here, eh? All right. Carrying on with the story, we made it to the lake, and as I recall, it was late afternoon and an early evening that we spent paddling around the lake to get to know it. And we came across not one, but two families of loons. As we made our way around the lake, it was neat to just to watch the loons, and then we saw the deer out on the point there in the grass, and we thought this is a really, really nice lake, and that it would be really neat to be able to record the loons at night when it's completely quiet on the lake, and just to have that pristine quietness of just nothingness, and then a loon calls out, or a pack of wolves call out from far away, and they would echo across the lake. And so we decided that we would come back, and now that we knew our way around the lake, we knew where the deadheads were and the little hazards and that kind of a thing, where the shallow areas were and the weedy areas were. Then we came back, had our canoe. You can actually sit in the floor of the canoe, and it's all got foam and so forth, so it's quite comfortable. And we took some blankets and a couple of pillows, and Maureen got in the bow of the canoe, faced me at the back, so we could face each other and we could stretch out, and I could paddle and just kind of drift around the perimeter of the lake and watch the sunset. And when we came back, I think almost every time after that we came back, it was always in the evening, watch the sun go down, the stars would come out, and sometimes there'd be a moon, and we got to know that lake so well. What is it, Jake? Is it still there? Take off, bear. If he's growling like that, that's the first time I've heard him actually growl. Like growl. That's the first time. Just gonna make a little noise here, guys. Good boy, Jake. Good boy. More light on the subject. we go. A little light on the subject, eh? Ah, isn't that nice? I think this is cool enough.
Well, the bottom is hot, so be careful.
Yep. Well, let's have a look and see what it's like. Well, mine's cooked good.
And it didn't stick to the bottom.
Oh, it's good. So I didn't finish my story. So I think every time that we went to that lake, from that point on, it was always evening and nighttime paddle. Sometimes we'd pack it in at 3 a.m. or so, eh?
Yes.
But most of the time, we'd stay on the lake right through till sunrise.
Yep.
And we got so accustomed to being on the lake at night in the canoe. We were certainly warm enough and dry, and always had snacks and thermos of hot coffee, and so had everything we needed to get through the night. Maureen had a pillow and blanket and whatnot over her to keep the dew off her, and I had a blanket as well, and I usually stayed awake all night long. I'm a night owl anyway. Maureen, she'd be conked out about probably an hour and a half or so after the stars came out and the moon would rise, and sometimes I'd wake you up if a loon was calling or an owl or something that we'd hear. I'd give your toe a little shake, and we'd be recording the sounds, and I'd wake her up for the highlights.
Well, remember a few times you woke me up for the northern lights. And they were just gorgeous, just lying there in the canoe.
Yeah.
And watching them dance across the sky. That was beautiful.
And then one night, there was more than one night that we recorded it, but the sound of the wolves, one night they were really close to the shore, and we just happened to be in the same bay, and that was surprising to hear them so close. I also heard a fox crying, and also the sound of that cat.
Yeah.
And at the time I didn't know what it was. Now I know what it was. It was a lynx.
Yes.
It was that meow, meow, that sound. That was the sound of a lynx. And I thought it was maybe a bobcat, but now I've identified the sound of a lynx, and that's what it was. We've heard deer going through the bush and moose crashing through the bush. They'll take trees down, moose will, with their antlers.
That was the most interesting, I think. One of the most interesting was hearing the moose going through the bush and hearing the trees break.
Mm-hmm.
I never realized that they had that power.
You'd hear, and then, and the tree coming down. So that would be like a 4 to 6 inch tree that it would be tumbling. That might be 30 feet tall, crashing through the bush. Of course, it's echoing all through the bush and on the lake at night, but just the same, pretty amazing to hear it. You know what the problem with this is? This dessert,
There's not enough.
just not enough. What was that, one whole apple each?
No. That was 1.5 apples each, but 2 different variety of apple.
Well, it was good, but I could probably eat 2 apples myself of that stuff. That was tasty. And those raisins and, was there blueberries in that?
No.
Just raisins and apple.
Yes.
So that was the apple raisin surprise. That was good.
It is good. You know what? You're right. There's not enough.
Yeah, it wasn't quite enough. I think the apples reduced down so much that they don't seem like there's as much to them. Anyway.
Well, I noticed that when we make this dish, the different types of apples make a big difference. Some cook down a lot, and some keep their meatiness.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was the dish.
That was a delish dish. Yep, canoeing on that lake, I think we learned a lot about the different sounds of animals. Like you were saying, the cry of a fox. The fox has a really unique cry.
I'll stoke the fire up. I know it's Jefferson's job, but I'll do it. You have to attend our live streams to know what that's all about, folks. We do our live streams on Wednesday and Saturday evenings, and a lot of fun, eh?
It is a lot of fun.
Chilling by the fire. Nothing like it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to cabin life. Cheers to you folks. Thanks for being here. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't done so, and hit that little gray bell and you'll get the notifications of when we're doing our live streams and other events and other uploads for cabin life. We'd appreciate it. Comment, like, share. Well, that's it for now. Over and out.
Take care.